District 6A matchup between Nolan Catholic Vikings and TCA Trojans. I'm David Ashe. I'll be giving you your live broadcast of the game tonight. We're at Nolan for tonight's game. A very nice arena. Tonight's starting lineups for TCA. The same five started the past several games. John Shaw, Brett Kaufman, Brady Freeman, Hudson Newhoff, and Luke Glover. Your starters for Nolan Catholic tonight. Once they announce them, I will give them to you. Nolan has a very well done production system. They have an entire intro music video to their team. Your starting lineup for Nolan tonight. You can almost hear it without me having to tell you. Jay Williams, starting point guard for Nolan. Next up for Nolan, number 3, Isaiah Meenan. Next up for Nolan, number 10, number 21, Nana Osafa-Mensah, a very big football player, 6'4", 250 maybe. And finally, your last starter for Nolan, L. Doss. There's your starters for Nolan tonight as they get ready for TCA. TCA in all blue jerseys, blue shorts. Nolan in their all white home uniforms. White shorts, white pants. It appears Nolan will be going to my right and TCA will be going to my left. Also, just a forewarning, if there is a full timeout and a break, there will be just a little interlude of music just to go on. So don't be worried if music comes on. Just a little heads up for that. Alright, tip-off getting set. Newhoff and Doss jumping for it, and Doss will win it for Nolan. It'll be brought up by number 2, Williams for Nolan. Once again, Nolan going to my right, TCA going to my left. Williams will look around. He'll give it to Meenan. Meenan will look around as well. Meenan gives it back to Williams. Williams gives it to the big number 23, Doss, centered. 10-foot shot is good for Doss. 2-0 Nolan. John Shaw will bring it up for TCA. Gives it inside to Glover. Glover gives it to Brett Kaufman out on the wing. Newhoff looking around. Gives it to Brady Freeman. He'll give it to Brett Kaufman, who finds John Shaw down on the bottom side of the floor. Finds a wide open Brady Freeman, doesn't take a three. He'll kick it out to Luke Glover. Luke Glover will take it. And a whistle's called and a travel on Brady Freeman for TCA. It'll be Nolan ball coming in. Williams will bring it up for Nolan. Nolan, other than their two centers, Osafa-Mensah and Doss, are not very big. About 5'9", 6'1", 6'1", and then 6'5", 6'6". It'll be over the entire basket. No good, and it'll be a turnover TCA ball. Glover will throw it in for TCA. He'll give it to John Shaw, and John will take it up the floor. John working on number 10, Irvs. Bad pass from John Shaw, stolen by Williams, and it should be an easy layup for Williams. Oh, fancy. An easy, wide-open layup, and he missed it. See, I shouldn't have spoke even. It'll be a turnover on Williams for making a clumsy mistake. They'll give it to TCA. TCA bringing it up. Kaufman, nice. Oh, missed layup by Brett Kaufman. Down on the floor. Newhoff fighting for it. And it will retain in TCA's possession. Nice pass from Luke Glover to find Brett Kaufman as he drove in the lane. He got hit by a Nolan defender. No one called a foul. The layup was hard, no good, and will retain TCA possession. Kaufman with the ball at the top of the key. Finds John Shaw. Wide open three-pointer. Good. Three-point shot. Nolan will bring it up. Williams. Nolan figuring out where to go. 3-2 TCA. 5 minutes and 50 to go. Mensah with the ball. He'll kick it out to number 3, Meenan. Meenan to Williams. Williams gives it back to Meenan. Thinks about a three, doesn't take it. Williams with the deep three. Back right in the hoop. 3 Williams for Nolan. 5-3 Nolan. John Shaw will bring it up once more for TCA. Shaw bring it up, finds Freeman, makes a nice move, gives it to Hudson Newhoff down in the corner. Newhoff driving on number 23. Doss, a foul is called for blocking. It'll be a foul, and TCA will throw it in. Brady Freeman will throw it in. He'll give it into John Shaw. Sets up the next play, gives it to Brett Kaufman in the corner. Kaufman looking around. He'll give it to Glover. Glover looking around. He'll give it to Freeman at the top of the key, trying to find somewhere to go with it. Finally gives it to Glover. Glover inside to Newhoff. Newhoff working on Mensah. Gets trapped, has to kick it out all the way to Brett Kaufman. Oh, bad pass from Kaufman. Stolen by Nolan. Stolen by Williams, and Williams will give it to Meenan. Williams thinks about a pass. Finally gives it to Meenan. Inside to Doss. Doss, two-pointer. No good. Rebounded by Osafa Mensah. A foul and one. Osafa Mensah using his huge 6'5" frame to out-rebound 3 TCA defenders. The layup is good for Nolan, and he'll have a shot at the line. Free throw is good. 3 points for Osafa Mensah. John Shaw will bring it up. Nolan looks to press TCA. Freeman, cross-court pass to Newhoff from John Shaw. Newhoff looks to Glover. Brett Kaufman, wide open three-pointer, long, no good. Rebounded by Doss for three-pointer from Doss. Excuse me, not Doss. Irves, three-pointer from Irves, and that was good. Quite the change of events. Wide open three-pointer by Brett Kaufman, no good. Quickly taken up by Nolan. Three-pointer from Irves for Nolan, and that was good. So back-to-back three-point plays for Nolan. It's 11-3 Nolan with 3 minutes left to play in the first quarter. Timeout TCA. Coach Feemster takes a timeout, trying to settle down and try and get a play going. So after the timeout, it will be TCA with a throw-in. Or TCA will just bring it up the floor instead. John Shaw gives it to Freeman, looking up the floor. He'll give it back to John. He'll get to Freeman, drives in the paint, has a wide open shot, doesn't take it. John looks back. Freeman trying to set up a play. Driving on Irves, finally gives it to John Shaw, who'll set it back up again. John looking for an opening, tries to get a screen, can't get one. Finally gets a screen, no foul called. Hard bump from Osafa Mensah. Kaufman looking around, working on Williams. Gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff drives in the lane. Can't get a shot, gives it to John Shaw. John working on Meenan. TCA struggling to get in. Good defense from Nolan. Newhoff still looking around, gives it back to John Shaw. John Shaw still looking around. He'll give it to Newhoff. Newhoff to Kaufman. TCA can't get anything inside. Kaufman still looking around. Kaufman gives it to John Shaw down in the corner. John drives in, puts up a shot off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Nolan. Nolan takes it up. Three-pointer fake, no good. Meenan for Nolan. 13-3 Nolan. Freeman bringing it up the floor from TCA. He'll give it to John Shaw. John looking around. Finally, that's Freeman. Doesn't take a three. Oh, and knocked out by Irves for Nolan. Would have been a wide open 3 for Brett Kaufman. It'll be a TCA throw in from the opposite side of the floor. Freeman looking around, and he'll give it to John Shaw. John trying to work, gets a screen from Newhoff. He'll give it to Freeman. Freeman to Kaufman. Kaufman doesn't take the 3. Still with the ball. Kaufman trying to find somewhere to go. Finally gives it to John Shaw. John Shaw drives in the lane. Lays it in. John Shaw, 5 points on the night for him. That ends the scoring drought for TCA. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Nolan 13, TCA 5. Williams bringing the ball up for Nolan. Gives it to Irvs. Irvs looking around. Irvs gives it to Mensah. Mensah, layup, no good. Rebounded by himself. Second chance point for Nolan. 2 points for Osafa Mensah again. 5 points for him on the night. John brings it up. Gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff working around. Gives it to Freeman. Freeman drives in. Gives to Glover. Fake 3. Oh, unnecessary pass, but still retains in TCA's possession. Freeman with the ball. Gives it to Newhoff down on the baseline. Newhoff puts up a layup. Off the front rim, no good. Rebounded by Nolan. 15-5, Nolan. Williams brings it up. Gives it to Mensah. Mensah down the paint. Gets his own rebound. Oh no, a foul's called. Foul's called on Luke Glover. Looked like he got all ball in that instance. No, but he did not, according to the ref. It'll be 2 shots for Osafa Mensah at the line. TCA not the biggest basketball team in the TAPS district, so rebounds are going to be critical for them on this very big Nolan team. First free throw for Mensah was no good. Little stoppage of play. Looks like a slippery floor. Looks like we're going to get a stoppage of play. Seems to be water on the floor, or something's on the floor that they're looking at. Appears to be alright, and we should begin the free throws. A free throw again. Free throw coming from Mensah. Missed his first one. Mensah's free throw, good. That would give his point total 6 on the night. Minute 40 to TCA 5. Brett Kaufman bringing it up the floor for TCA, working on Williams. Trying to find somewhere to go, trying to give it to someone. Compton is now in the game for TCA. He goes in for Luke Glover. Newhoff trying to get somewhere to go. Give it to Compton in the corner. It'll be knocked out by Nolan. Number 15, Classo, is in the game for Nolan as well now. And also number 11, Poling, in the game for Nolan. Foul's called on Nolan on the inbounds pass. Number 15, Classo. That's their second foul of the night for Nolan. Minute 17 to play. Nolan 16, TCA 5. Freeman will throw it in for TCA. He'll give it to John Shaw. John trying to go somewhere. John driving around. We'll give it to Compton. Compton working on Classo. Compton looks around, gives to Freeman. Freeman trapped by number 3, Meenan, and will step out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Nolan. Minute left to play. Meenan will bring it up for Nolan. That was an opportunity for TCA to take advantage. Nolan only has a top player in, and TCA's defense collapses on that drive. Number 15, Classo, with that wide open layup, making it 18-5 now. John Shaw gives to Brady Freeman. Freeman finds Kaufman down the paint. He'll lay it up and fouled. Basket was no good. He'll shoot 2 at the line. 33 seconds left to play. Nolan 18, TCA 5. Kaufman with 2 shots on the line. First free throw from Kaufman is good, making the score 18-6. Second free throw from Kaufman. That rims up and out of the basket. Meenan will bring it up for Nolan. And he will hold it for the rest of the period. Meenan will give it to Williams. 13 to shoot. 10 to shoot. 9 to shoot. Williams driving. Gives it to Meenan. Meenan fake. Gives it to Williams. A deep 3 from Williams. Off the front rim. No good. Rebounded by John Shaw. 1 second left. Half court shot from John Shaw. Short. No good. TCA finally gets a defensive stop. That'll be the end of the first quarter with Nolan 18, TCA 6. Quick little recap of that first quarter for you. Nolan went on a 3-point play run, had 4 in a row. One by Osafa Mensah, one by Irves, one by Williams, and one by Doss. TCA couldn't really get anything going inside. Nolan defense was pretty good. John Shaw with pretty much the only points for TCA other than a Brett Kaufman free throw. 5 points for John Shaw. So tough first half for TCA, looking to turn around. Coach Feemster trying to work something out, trying to break the Nolan defense. Foul totals, 3 on Nolan, 2 on TCA. TCA has already used one of their timeouts for the game. Alright, so after the end of the first quarter, start of the second quarter, players in for Nolan now. Couple subs. Jones, number 5. Number 11, Poling. Number 2, Williams. Number 20, Hernandez. And number 23, Doss in the game for Nolan. Jones with the ball, working on Kaufman. Gives it to Williams. Williams gives it to Doss. Doesn't think about a 3. Williams takes it back out. Looking around. He'll give it to number 5, Jones. Jones working. Trying to give it to Poling. Finally does. Top of the free throw line. Gives it to number 20. Oh, and solid block by Will Compton right there. Newhoff brings it up the floor for TCA. Drives in. Loses the ball. Wild. Again by TCA. Brady Freeman for 3 in the corner. Good. Brady Freeman for 3. TCA trying to get some defensive stops. 18-9 now. Williams with the ball for Nolan. He'll give it to number 5, Jones. Jones working on Kaufman, trying to give it to someone. Finally gives it to Poling, who will hand it off. How about that? Hand it off to Williams, and he'll set up the play. He'll give it to Jones in the corner. Jones gives it to Poling. Poling looking for number 20, Hernandez, down at the baseline. Can't find him. Williams takes the ball at the 3-point line. Gives it to Doss. Doss looking around. Wild pass from Doss. Almost throws it out of bounds. Trapped in the corner, and they'll finally bring it up to Williams. 6.5 to play. Poling with the ball in the corner, working on Kaufman. Wild pass from Poling, and a foul is called on Nolan. That'll be a foul on number 2, a hit on the arm of Nolan. Brett Kaufman subs out for TCA. Gavin Thornton now in the game. TCA got the stop they needed. Now trying to put up some more points. John Shaw working on number 5, Jones. John Shaw working. Takes it all the way by himself. Lays it in. Rims in and out. And it's off John Shaw. Man, he laid that all the way in and somehow bounces out. Layup looked perfect. No good. It'll be knocked out of bounds by TCA and Nolan's ball. Williams will bring it up for Nolan. TCA looking for another defensive stop. Gives it to Jones out in the corner. He'll give it to Doss. Doss working on Newhoff. Takes it all the way by himself and lays it in off the glass. 4 points for Doss on the night. John Shaw with the ball now. John Shaw working on Jones. Shaw working, trying to find someone, gets trapped, finally gives it to Brady Freeman. Gavin Thornton thinks about a three, doesn't take it, gives it to Freeman again. Drives all the way in. Newhoff with the ball, working on Doss. And a foul is called on Nolan, number 5, Jones. It'll be a subs for Nolan. The big men coming back in. Osafa Mensah back in for the game. Jones checks out. Number 20, Hernandez checks out. Number 10, Irvs is back in the game for Nolan now. Thornton looking for someone to give it to. Finally gives it to Freeman. Freeman looking around. Gives it to Glover. Newhoff down the baseline. Puts up a 2. Good. 2-pointer from Hudson Newhoff. Assist from Brady Freeman. A good passing right there. Oh, Nolan. Wide open 3 for Doss. Long. No good. No good. Floater from Williams. Rebounded by TCA. Freeman taking up the floor now. Looking around. Freeman trying to go somewhere. And the travel is called. Travel on Brady Freeman. Again, that's the second one of the night. Nolan Catholic 20, TCA 11. 5 minutes to play. Meenan will bring it up for Nolan. He'll give it to Williams down the corner. Williams back to Meenan. Meenan thinks about a 3, doesn't take it. Good defense from Gavin Thornton. And number 10, Irvs will throw it right out of bounds. It'll be a turnover. John Shaw now in the game for Luke Glover. John Shaw will throw it in to Gavin Thornton, and Thornton will give it back to John Shaw. Thornton, dangerous pass to Freeman. Thornton still working, gives it to Freeman. Freeman has a shot, doesn't take it. Thornton in the corner looking for somewhere to go, gives it to Freeman. Freeman to Compton in the corner. Compton looking for somewhere to go, gives it to Thornton. Thornton gives it to John Shaw. John Shaw to Newhoff. Newhoff working, good layup. Another layup for Hudson Newhoff. Good find from John Shaw and Thornton. Nolan 20, TCA 13. TCA edging back. Cody Henson looks to be checking in for TCA at the next stoppage of play. Williams with the ball. Gives it to Doss. Doss to number 3. No good. Rebounded by Osafa Mensah. And a charge. To take the charge. That was on Doss, the charge. Doss found Meenan for 3. 3 was no good. And it was a charge proceeded right after that on Doss for Nolan. Cody Henson in the game for Brady Freeman. Thornton bringing the ball up for TCA. Thornton working on Meenan. Ooh, good dribble. Almost took his feet off. Cody Henson gives it to Thornton. Thornton gives it to John Shaw. John Shaw drives in the paint on Doss. Puts up a 2. Good. John Shaw with the 2. TCA edging back in the game. 7 points for John Shaw in the night. Nolan 20. TCA 15. 3.5 to play. Meenan with the ball in the corner. He'll give it to Irvs. Irvs to Williams. Back to Meenan. Doss dribbling. Finds number 2 for 3. Rims out. Rebounded by Compton. TCA gets a rebound. Dangerous pass from Newhoff, but it'll be retained by TCA. Newhoff with the ball. Trying to find somewhere to go. Gives it to Henson. Henson, oh, with a layup. Hard layup for Henson. Bad layup. Wow. Wow. Okay, so shoved several TCA players down on the floor. No fouls were called. It will be 2 points for Osafa Mensah. No, 2 points for Doss, excuse me. John Shaw bring the ball up for TCA. Gives it to Henson. Henson out to John Shaw again. To Compton. Compton looking to go somewhere. Gives it to Newhoff. Newhoff working on Irvs. Finds John Shaw for three. Wide open at the top of the key. Long, no good. Rebounded by Osafa-Mensah of Nolan. They'll bring it up, give it to Williams. Williams brings it in, loses it. Back to Williams for three. 2. It is good. TCA cannot sub Brett Kaufman. They want to get him back in. Nolan 24, TCA 15. Was a 5-point deficit at one time. Now it's been stretched to 9. Thornton working, loses the ball. Turnover for Thornton. Gives it to Mensah. And a foul is called. Turnover for Gavin Thornton, being sloppy with the ball. He'll give it to, or the foul will be on, I believe the foul was on John Shaw. I could be wrong. Two shots for Mensah. First one is good. Minute and 30 left to play for the second quarter. Nolan 25, TCA 15. Another shot for Mensah coming. Newhoff has checked out, as is Glover. Freeman and Kaufman back in for TCA. Mensah's second free throw, or Doss's second free throw, is good. That gives his total 8 points. Freeman brings it up for TCA. Good pass to John Shaw. John takes a three. Oh, bad decision, no good. And a foul is called on Compton. John Shaw was working pretty well at the beginning. Can't get a shot to fall at the moment. It'll be a turnover on TCA. It'll be Nolan ball with a minute and 24 to play. Nolan 26, TCA 15. Irvs with the ball, gives it to Williams. Williams to Irvs again. Irvs to Meenan. Back to Irvs. Gives it to Doss. Doss to their cutting. Irvs. Layup, no good. Rebounded by Compton. Good rebound for Will Compton. Freeman takes the ball up for TCA. He'll give it to Compton. Compton looking for someone to go. 52 seconds left. Freeman with the ball now in the corner, trying to find somewhere to go. Gives it to Thornton. Thornton gives it to John Shaw. John Shaw gives it to Kaufman. Kaufman gives it back to Shaw. Shaw gives it to Kaufman. Thinks about a three. Doesn't take it. Still working on Meaden. They'll give it to Thornton. Thornton working on the tall Osafa-Mensah. Brett Kaufman will give it to Thornton. Thornton will take it back and will hold it for one shot for the rest of the period. 15 seconds to play. Nolan 26, TCA 15. Thornton on Doss, and Thornton will lose it again, and it will be a turnover. It was knocked away by Doss, but apparently not enough to cause a turnover for TCA. So, Nolan will have the last shot instead. Thornton with this third turnover of the night. 6 to shoot for Williams. He'll give it to 20, Hernandez. Hernandez, so 2, 1. Puts up a shot, number 11, Poling. Poling, three-pointer at the buzzer was good. Nolan 29, TCA 15 at the end of the first half. Nolan heavily relying on putbacks from Osafa-Mensah and Doss, and three-pointers from all over the place. Scoring report at halftime. Williams with 5 points for Nolan. Meenan with 2. Osafa-Mensah with 6. Glasso with 2. Poling with that buzzer beater 3. Irvs with 3. And Doss with 8. On the other side for TCA, John Shaw has 7 points. Brett Kaufman has 1. Brady Freeman has 3. And Hudson Newhoff has 4. TCA's had some looks, just can't finish the basket. TCA looking for second half to bring up the shooting percentage. Definite reason as to why they're down by so much at the moment. Well, thank you for listening to this tough first half for TCA. Looking to turn it around in the second half. Once again, 15 coming back in about 10-12 minutes for the start of the second half, and we'll give you second half coverage to the end of the game. So feel free to come back and listen. to that. Once again, I'm David Ash. Score at halftime, Nolan 29, TCA 15. Come back in about 10 minutes for the second half. Thank you for listening.